Hello there, YouTube. Bringing you a video of my 1999 Pontiac Grand Am SE. I just picked up this car last Wednesday. The guy wanted $1,400. I talked him down to $1,200. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with the car. Car runs and drives very good. Transmission shifts good through all the gears. Engine is quiet. And this is my first Pontiac ever. I've owned a lot of cars in my life, and I've never owned a Pontiac. This is the first one I've ever owned. So on this video, I'm gonna go over some of the features that the car has. Also, I'm gonna try to answer as many questions as I can for those of you that are in the market for a Pontiac Grand Am or have a Grand Am, but you're having issues with it. I'm gonna go over some of the, issues that you might have with your car that I had with this one when I bought it. Now, I fixed everything that was wrong with it. Nothing major, nothing big, nothing expensive. Couple dollars here and there, that's it. But if if you have this car and you have some issues with it, and they're the same issues that I had, then I'm gonna go over them with you, and I'm gonna try to answer as many questions as I can. Also, if you're in the market for one of them. Also, I'm gonna go over the different size engines that they built for this car, and which engine you should buy, which car you should buy with that specific engine. Now, in the Grand Ams, they made two engines: the 2.4 liter twin cam 4-cylinder and the 3.4 liter V6 engine. The V6 engine was optional on the SE model, but it was standard on the GT model. Now, if you're in the market to buy one of these Grand Ams, I recommend you, and I repeat, I recommend you not to buy the one with the 3.4 liter engine. You're probably asking yourself, why am I saying that? It's because look it up on YouTube, look it up on Google, go to the junkyard if you want. The 3.4 liter engine that GM ever built was the biggest piece of shit engine they ever built. That was the biggest piece of shit engine. And when I looked for this car, I made sure that it had the 2.4 liter and not the 3.4 liter. The 3.4 liter engine is a piece of shit. I'm telling you right now. I wouldn't recommend you to buy the one with the V6 engine. I will go with the one with the 4-cylinder engine like mine. That 3.4 liter engine is a piece of shit. I'm telling you right now. And you're asking yourself, well, I mean, the GT is a nice looking car. It is a nice looking car. It's a very sexy car. But if you really look at them, there's not much of a difference. The wheels are different on the GT. It has leather interior, heated seats, and it has the radio controls in the steering wheel, which I don't have on mine. But other than that, the cars, they both look the same to me. Some of the little flaws that it has, if you can see, I don't know how well you can see because it's bright outside. The wing is faded. It could use a little paint. This right here came off. What I have to do is just put it back and just put some glue on there. Maybe some Gorilla Glue will fix the problem. The paint on the hood is faded, like chipping off. So it could use a paint job, but I'm not worried about that because I can get that same color hood for $50 at the junkyard. And the only other thing that it has wrong with it is that the dash is peeling off from all the way from the passenger side to the driver's side, and it's missing that piece in the middle. If you look it up, all GMs, especially the Grand Am, suffer from that, the dash thing peeling off. But I'm not worried about that. That's minor, like I said. The car runs and drives excellent. I have no issues with it. I had a couple issues with it, and that's what I'm gonna go over with you in case you have the same issues that I had with it. But I already fixed everything. But they were minor. They had nothing to do with tranny or engine. Tire size are 225, 50, 16s. I got lucky when I bought this car because all the tires are almost like brand new. So I have nothing to worry about when it comes to tires. So now I'm gonna go over some of the features that the car has. To start off, as you can see, it's the SE model, but it's loaded. It's loaded. So you can see it has the rear wing. It has the sunroof, fully automatic, fully power sunroof. It has the fog lights. It has the power windows, power door locks, power mirrors, keyless entry. Like I said, it has the fog lights there, CD player, air conditioning, 4-speed automatic. It is the fully loaded model. The only thing it doesn't have is the leather seats. But to be honest with you, I don't like leather seats because you know how nasty they get, and you know, with the sun, if you don't take care of them, they crack and yeah. So actually, I like this better than leather, to be honest with you. So, like I said, that was the features: fog lights, power windows, power door locks, power mirrors, CD player, automatic transmission, air conditioning, sunroof. So this is the loaded model with the keyless entry, automatic headlights. You don't have to touch them. They come on at night by themselves, and they shut off by themselves. So that's another neat thing too. Now I'm gonna go over some of the things that I told you at the beginning of the video that you might have problems with that I had. To start, this window, the driver window, wouldn't go down. It wouldn't go down. It wouldn't go up. It wouldn't do anything. When I bought the car from the guy, he told me, he said, look, the driver window doesn't go down. You know, I don't know what it is. And I was like, well, that's fine. I'll figure it out. Now, if you are buying a GM, I'm going to tell you right now, GM, they're notorious when it comes to their windows not working. That goes for the Grand Ams, the Grand Prix, the Bonneville's, the Chevy's Impalas, the Chevy Malibus, the Oldsmobile Intrigues, the Oldsmobile Aleros. For all GM cars, they're notorious with those windows not going up or down. You know, when they build these new cars, they make the commercials look so good that they make it look like these are the best cars that GM ever made, that they're the best cars in the world, but yet they make them out of cheap materials or use cheap-ass parts. But yet they make it look so good on TV that, you know, if you're looking to buy a car, that these are the best cars to buy. Yeah, oh well. Anyway, it doesn't really matter because every car has their own issues. Every single car maker, they have their issues. Anyways, getting back to this. The window wouldn't go up or down, so I went to the junkyard. I bought this thinking that it was the window switch, but when I was there, I was like, you know what, let me take the motor too, just in case, you know, it's not the window switch and it's the motor. What motor am I talking about? I'm talking about the little motor that's behind the door panel. That's what controls the window. You know, it makes the window go up and down. That little motor is what I'm talking about. So I switched the window switch, and that wasn't it. So then I took the door panel out. And for those of you that are looking on how to take the door panel out, it's easy. All you have to do is right here with your hands. You can take this off by hand. You don't even need any special tool. I'm not going to take it apart because, you know what I mean, I already took it apart to fix that window. But I'm going to tell you how to do it. You just take this off. You just pull on it. It comes right off. And then you have to there's a screw right here that you have to take out. You take that screw out, and then this thing comes off. You have to take it off. This right here, just go over here with a flathead screwdriver, and it pops right out. So, and then there's a screw behind the window switch. So you have to take the window switch out to get to that screw. So you got a screw there, a screw behind this. You have another screw right here in this little hole right here. And then you have another screw over here behind this little light. Then you take the light off with a flathead, and the screw's back there. When you take that screw off, that screw off, and the screw behind this, and then all you have to do is just, you know, go on the side with your hand or a flathead, and it pops right out. It has clips there, but it pops right out. So when I took the door panel out, I noticed that the little motor was not plugged in. So I was like, okay, so that was the problem. It was the little motor. So I plugged the motor in, nothing. So then I took the old motor out, put the new motor in that I got from the junkyard. I paid $10 for. Put the little motor on, problem fixed. It was the little motor. I don't understand. I've seen these videos on YouTube. I don't understand how people make things so fucking difficult, because they post videos on there about the window not working, and instead of just replacing the window switch or the window motor, they replace the whole thing. They replace the whole window frame. You don't have to do that. The only time that you have to do that, replace the window frame, is if the window comes off track. And even then, you don't have to. All you have to do is realign the window with the tracking. But people, like, when the window don't go down, I've seen them that they replace everything and make it difficult for people. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do that. No, it's easy. All you have to do, put your key in the ignition, turn it to the on position, press up or down on the window switch, the one that's not going down. And if you don't hear anything whatsoever, like it's quiet, you don't hear nothing, no whining or nothing, then it's the motor, the window motor. I got it at the junkyard for $10. I don't know how much they're new. But I'm going to tell you right now, good luck finding those in the junkyard, because, like I said, GM is notorious when it comes to their windows not working. And I went to 2 junkyards, found a total of 19 Grand Ams on both junkyards. And not one had either the window switch, the window motor, or even the door panel. Not one. As I'm walking out of the junkyard, I looked across and I saw that there was a Grand Am, but it was hiding. It was hiding, and I guess nobody has seen it. And I got lucky enough that it still had the door panel, the window switch, the motor. So, but like I was saying, if when you press this up or down, you don't hear anything, then that means the motor is bad. You just have to replace the motor. That's it, and it's easy. All it has is 3 screws. You unscrew them, 10 millimeter. Unscrew the 3 screws, unplug the little motor, put the new motor back on, screw it on, plug it back in, and that's it. Now, if you do this up or down and you hear the motor, but the window doesn't do anything, then that means that the window is off track. It came off its track, and you have to, take the door panel out, and you have to realign the window, because the windows from the GMs, they also do that. They come off track too. So, you have to realign the window. So remember, if when you do this up or down and you don't hear anything, no whining, no nothing, then it's the motor. Replace the motor, and that's it. That fixes the problem. If when you do it, you hear the little motor, but the window doesn't do anything, then it's that the window came off its track and you have to realign it. Easy fix. So I showed you, for those of you that have problem with your windows, maybe the driver, passenger, or the windows in the back, you have the problem where they won't go up or down. I showed you what you have to do and what it could be. It could be 3 things. It could be the window switch, it could be the window motor, or it could be the window itself that came off its track. So that's the 3 options that you have if your window don't go down. And like I said, when you do this, if you don't hear nothing, it's the motor. If you hear the motor but nothing happens, then the window came off its track. Or maybe this window switch broke, because this switches, they break too. Anyways, enough of that. Now I'm gonna show you under the hood. Like I said, this is the 2.4 liter twin cam 4-cylinder. The horsepower, it puts out 150 horsepower. The GT puts out 170 horsepower. So the only difference is 20 horsepower, which to me, I don't think that's much. I think that's just a little. But there you go. This is the engine, 2.4 liter twin cam. And if you're saying, damn, that engine is dirty, well, I'm gonna tell you right now, that's how the engine's gonna stay. I'm not gonna pressure wash it. I'm not gonna clean it. I'm gonna leave it alone. And the reason why is because I used to own a Honda Accord a couple years back, and my engine on the Honda Accord was dirtier than this. Actually, took it to the car wash, pressure washed the engine. When I got home, the car started misfiring. I replaced the spark plugs. I replaced the spark plug wires. I replaced the distributor. I replaced the distributor cap. I replaced, I think I said the valve cover gasket. I replaced the alternator. I replaced the battery. Nothing. I could never figure out what was wrong with it. And I ended up having to sell the car like that. And the problem with these cars is that they have sensors everywhere. These new cars, the new cars now, they're not like the old cars. Old cars, you put some unleaded gas on them, let's keep it going. These cars now, they're all sensors. And if one sensor doesn't work, the car's gonna run shitty on you. And the problem with that is that since these have so many sensors, if you get one of those sensors wet, your car's gonna start misfiring on you. But the problem with that is that you will never know what sensor it is because your check engine light will not come on. That's what happened with me with the Honda. The check engine light never came on, so I could never figure out what it was. You gotta remember, these cars have a lot of sensors all over the fucking engine, and some of them are cheap, you know, some of them are $5, $10, $20, but some of them can take you up to $200-$300. So it's up to you what you want to do. And if you're telling me, oh, well, the reason why your car misfired is because you didn't left the engine running when you watched the engine. Bullshit. That's a lie. I left the engine running on my car while I was pressure washing it. And the misfire came, and I could never figure out what it was. So that bullshit that people tell you just to leave your engine running when you're washing the engine bay, that's a lie. Because I did that with the Honda, and I could never figure out what the misfire was. So for those of you that are telling you, oh, you have to just leave the engine running, no, that's a fucking lie. Fuck that. I'm not doing it. I'm leaving it just the way it is. Now, I'm going to go over, remember I told you, some of the problems that you might have with your Grand Am that I had with mine that I fixed. Well, I told you about the window. I had the problem with the window that it wouldn't go up or down. If you missed it, just hit rewind. It's there. I told you what it could be. I told you what you have to do. I also told you, how to take the door panel off for those of you that don't know how to do it. The other problem that I had with the car was the day after I bought it, I was driving, and the car started to misfire. Like, it started idling really, really rough. It shut off on me 4 different times while I was driving it. And every time I would start it back up, every time I would start it back up, it would idle really rough. When I would hit the gas, it would hesitate, like it would shake really bad, and then it would pick a speed. Then when I would come to a red light, it would start rough idling again, and it would shut off on me. And I was like, oh great, here I bought a fucking lemon. And the check engine light or the service light was not on, so I knew that it wasn't a sensor. Because if it was a sensor, the check engine light would have came on, or the service engine zoom light would have came on. So I couldn't figure out for the life of me what the hell it was. But then I got under the hood and I found the problem. So if you're having the same problem that I had, that your engine is hesitating when you hit the gas, if it's idling rough, like it has a misfire, and then once you start driving, your transmission starts to jump on you, don't be scared. It's not the transmission. It's not the engine. I'm going to show you what it is. Something so fucking simple. The simplest thing. I'll show you right now. You see this hose right here, right? Look at this. Ain't that nasty? Look at that. Unfucking believable. I got under the hood and I started looking for vacuum hoses, and I found this bitch. And the way that it is right here is the way that it was on it. It was like this. So I already put the other one on, but I'm going to show you, the difference between the new one and the old one. Old one, look at that shit. It's all fucked up. Look at that. No one. Oh, nothing wrong with it. Boom, brand new. And where I went to, they didn't charge me for this. I actually got it for free. I went to Advance, and the guy give it to me for free because he said that it was less than a foot long, so they were not going to charge me for it. You might get lucky like I did, and they might not charge you. But if they do, and you're asking, well, how much is that hose? It's only going to run you anywhere from like, I don't know, $2 to $5. Cheap. It's just a little cheap part. This is what was making my car shut off on me and idle rough and hesitate to take off. This little hose, believe it or not, it's something so simple, but this was it right here. So if you have that same problem and you can't figure out what it is, I'm gonna show you in a second where this hose is at, in case you're having the same problem I had. So I fixed the window. I had that problem. I fixed the vacuum hose leak. I changed the oil. I changed the oil filter. I also replaced the coil-on plug insulators. I also replaced the spark plugs. I also put a new air filter on it, so it has a whole brand new tune-up. And these are the what's it called again? The coil-on plug insulators. These are it right here. There's 4 of them, obviously, because mine is a 4-cylinder. I don't know how on the GT. I don't know if it's like a coil pack or if it's spark plug wires. But on mine, it's these. But I mean, he has a coil pack too. But these are the coil-on plug insulators. I paid $15 for them. It came with 4. And if you're gonna change the spark plugs on your car on the Grand Am, I hate to tell you, but you are gonna have to put the platinums on because those are the ones that the car required. Stop being cheap and buying the 99-cent spark plug, and that is not even for your car because you want to be cheap and save $1, $2. Come on. A car, I always said that a car is like a woman. If you don't treat your woman the right way, she's going to go and find someone that will treat her the right way while she's cheating on you behind your back. Cars the same way. If you don't maintain it, if you don't do the proper maintenance on it, and if you don't use the parts that are required for it, the bitch is going to break down on you and it's going to give you all kinds of problems. So stop being cheap and spend that extra $2 and buy yourself good spark plugs. Mine takes 4, obviously, because it's a 4-cylinder. So for this little box, I paid $21 for all 4. I think they were $4.99 each or something like that. I know that I paid $21, and then for the coil-on plug insulators, I paid another $15. You don't have to replace the coil-on plug insulators. I did it on mine because I wanted to do a whole tune-up. So you don't have to change that part on it if you're changing just the spark plugs, but it's up to you. You know what I mean? I did it because I'm the type of person that my cars have to be top-notch. I want my car to be running in perfect conditions because I don't want to be stranded on the highway in the middle of the night or in the middle of winter. So I like to take really good care of my cars. So, but yeah, you don't have to put this on if you don't want. But I would recommend that you do. Just in case you change the spark plugs, but then one of these little insulators are bad. You know what I mean? You're not going to know. So I will do it. I did it. But it's entirely up to you if you want to do it or not. And like I said, stop being cheap and spend that extra $2 for a spark plug. People want to be cheap and buy the 99-cent spark plug, and it won't do nothing to your car because it's probably not even the one that the car requires. But for the Grand Ams, it requires the platinums. So, yeah, you're going to have to spend that extra $2.50 or $3 more. So, but like I said, damn, stop being so cheap. Anyway, I'm going to show you where this hose is located in case you're having the same problem I had. Like I told you earlier, the car was idling really rough and it was shut off on me. I'm going to show you right now. This hose right here, the one that was bad, it goes right. I don't know how well you can see because it's really, really bright outside. But you see where my finger is. This is the hose. The hose goes, it goes right back here where my finger's at. It goes there, and then follow it around, and then the other end goes right under. Shit, how can I show you? Where's my finger? I can't even see my finger. Oh, there it is. It goes right underneath here. So if you're having that same problem I had, I'm not saying that that's the same problem you have, because you might have a different problem than mine. But mine's, I got lucky enough that was the problem. So that hose is like right underneath here. It's right behind this plug. Where's the plug at? It's right behind this plug. Right behind it. Right behind it. All you have to do is take this plug out, and you'll see the hose right under there. And it goes from right underneath that plug, goes around, and it goes right under there. That's the problem I had. If you're having that problem, it might, like I said, it might be that hose, or it could be something else. To change your spark plugs, all you do is you take these 4 screws out, unplug the coil pack right here. I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna have a lot of fun taking this off and putting it back on. It's easy to take off and easy to put back on, but you're gonna run into the problem that this little fucking bitch right here, I don't know if this is a fuel line or the air conditioning lines, they're on the way. Because where this plug is at, when you unplug it, the actual thing where you plug it into goes out that way. And then it's easy to do, but at the same time, it's a little tricky. But I mean, it's not hard. I mean, it took me probably half hour to take that off, put the new spark plug, take the old spark plugs out, put the new ones in, put the new coil on plug insulators. It took me about half hour, 45 minutes. But the reason why it took me that long is because, like I said, even though this is easy to take out, at the same time, it could be a bitch to take out or put back on. But if you're asking, hey, where the hell are my spark plugs? I can't find them. They're underneath this thing here where it says 2.4 liter twin cam. If you have the 4-cylinder, they sit right underneath here. So I guess I went pretty much over everything. I told you that if you're in the market for one of these, I would recommend you to stick with the 2.4 and not the 3.4. But then again, that's your money. You do what you want. But trust me when I tell you, I wouldn't recommend you to do it. I also told you that the window didn't go down. If you have the same problem, whether it's this one, the passenger one, this one, or the passenger one in the back, I told you how to take the door panel off earlier in the video. I told you to listen when you press up and down on this. If you don't hear anything, it's the motor. If you hear the motor, but the window doesn't do nothing, then the window most likely came off its track. I also told you about, let's see, I told you about the window motor, the bad vacuum hose, the engine side, the one car that you should buy out of the two, the 3.4 and the 2.4. So that's pretty much it with my video. I hope you liked it. If you like it, hit like. If you have any comments, write me on my page. Let me know what you think. If you have any more questions about the car, just, send me whatever question.